Teaching no fear, kind of a weird way to start something, right? I'm Sam Perlazzo for InsideBaseball.com. I'm going to explain to you what that actually means. If you're a parent or you're a coach and you're dealing with young kids, I dealt with my son when he was real young, and we want to keep our kids playing the game. They're not going to get better unless they play. So one of the things that can happen as a youth when they're not skilled yet, you know, we're talking 5 years old, 4 years old, 6 years old, their skill level's still developing by a long shot. The last thing we want to do in that particular point is get somebody hurt and then they lose sight. They get afraid, they have fear, and now they're not interested in playing baseball any longer. So one of the things that I did, and you can do for your kids, is very easy. I think I mentioned in another video that fielding is probably the last thing that comes for kids. All right, they learn how to hit quicker, they learn how to throw quicker, but catching the ball is just a tougher skill. All right, so that's the last thing to come. What you don't want to do is when you're practicing with your kids, and you got to realize and recognize that your son or daughter is just not quite good enough to catch the ball yet. So once you establish that fact, you're not going to throw them this hard baseball you got right here. This is a major league hard baseball, because if it takes a bad bounce and comes up and hits them in the chin or in the nose, there you go. Now they have fear. All right, so maybe they're going to say, well, I don't really want to catch this ball. I don't want to catch the ball. I did it with my son. I said I could recognize he couldn't catch well enough to catch this hard ball. So I said, hey, got rid of the hard ball. What did I go for? You can go for, let's start in the beginning. Bang. You see this little softball? See that? I'm squishing that thing like that. That's not going to hurt you no matter what. So you squish, and you can roll balls. Remember, we're rolling balls. It's not the ball that matters. It's the technique in how to learn how to catch it. So let them catch this one. If they miss it and it hits them, no big deal. They're ready for another one. Give me another one. Give me another one, Dad. Right? So they use this here one. Now you say, okay, my son's getting a little bit better. My daughter's getting a little better. I go grab a tennis ball. Not quite as squishy, right? So I get the ball out there, not as squishy, and I use that to roll it or play catch with him. Because if that one hits him, that's not going to hurt him either. Again, you're developing skill processes, right? Softer ball, little harder ball. Oh, good things are happening now. They're getting a little bit better. Now you go to this ball that looks like a baseball, same size as a baseball, but look, still squishy. All right, still squishy, and your talent level of your child is getting better. All right, he can handle this now. So what if this takes a bad hop? It may sting a little bit, but his skill level's good enough to handle that, right? So we go to a little bit harder baseball. It's not even a baseball, it's a cushion thing. Now you go, you know what? He's looking pretty darn good. You remember that ball I threw away in the beginning? There it is again. That's the one we're going to start using again, because now our kids are comfortable, not fearful, and they're ready for this ball. So, in recap, if your kids are still learning to catch it, start with a little softer ball, work your way up, get them to the hard ball, and make them the best they can be. I'm Sam Perlazzo for InsideBaseball.com.